The universe doesn't care about your problems. The cavalry isn't coming. There is no help on the way, and most people don't give a damn about your issues. The only reason I'm helping you is because I'm gonna get a good YouTube video out of this that's gonna get a lot of likes and potentially go viral. There you have it. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm your best friend or like I'm your guru or something crazy like that. But I am gonna tell you what you need to hear. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. This morning I received an email from one of my new subscribers who just discovered my channel, and I felt inclined to share and discuss his message. Michael: hello, I found your YouTube channel from a posting on another video by the School of Life. Shout out to the School of Life. I only saw 2 of your videos. I Almost Called You and the video Play This at My Funeral. Today I had nothing in particular going on that led me to write you this email. I cannot express how compelled I am to say to you, to tell you, thank you. For 5 years now, I felt like I made a very difficult decision in my life to separate and divorce my ex-wife. We were together for 7 years, and after we split, we never talked, and I had so longed to reach out for an understanding or a better explanation from her. Only a year ago, when my stepmother passed away, did she offer some condolences, but still, no closure to a very big part of my life. No matter what I do, I cannot find a way to close this wound. Even imagining us having many kinds of conversations that could even go very well, in the end, it feels like something I cannot accept, although your video gave me some relief of the pressure that I had felt for a long time. I feel like this has been an internal dialogue that has lasted years. And then after that, he goes on to talk about more personal things that are not really relevant to what I want to talk about. I just want to talk about him sharing the fact that he divorced his wife and still finds himself unable to move on. This is something that so many people struggle with. A relationship comes to an end, and where do we go from here? It's like your whole life stops, your whole universe collapses, and people just spend years on years reminiscing, living in the past, and rewinding that movie of that relationship over and over. And every time you watch that movie again, new subjective details surface and new scars are unlocked. And that's exactly the thing, guys. I'm not just calling it a movie for nothing, because that's exactly what it is. It's a movie. It's not real life. It's not what happened. Humans are extremely good at one thing: embellishing the past. We are really good at forgetting trauma and moving on. Just think about all the hurt, tragedy, and crisis mankind has had to endure to get to this point. All the wars, all the diseases, all the casualties, all the people that have died, all the tragedies. Yet we continue to move on because that's what defines us as human beings. We're really good at that. But ironically, we are a little bit too good at moving on. We are actually so good at moving on that in this modern day era, it's working backwards. And it's making us less good at moving on. Because why are we so good at moving on? Because we embellish the past. We look at everything that happened in the past like a movie. We think about our exes and we see these movie stars, these perfect sceneries. We forget all about those little annoyances, those small irritations, those moments when things were not okay, when things were not pleasant. All those things that he or she used to do that she didn't like, all that vaporizes. The only thing that we are left with are the good memories, the special moments, the kiss by the candlelight, that one crazy night when we ended up dancing until the sun rose again. All those little memories. There's a couple of different reasons for this, but the biggest one is the media that we consume. Hollywood movies and music. They're all about the same theme over and over and over again. It's always about love, breakups, and happy endings. We're constantly listening to music that's talking about this. The music that we listen to isn't about real life. It's about what we would like real life to be, but it's not. And we have become so conditioned, it is just shoved down our throats. Every morning on your way to work, when you're listening to that sad song, the soundtrack, the movie in your head is you and the face of your ex. As you're listening to that song, you start reliving all of those precious memories. And in the background, that perfectly crafted Hollywood song with all the right keywords, written by 32 different writers, touching on all those soft spots. They know what they're doing. They're not musicians, they're psychologists at this point. They know exactly what to say, even what melody to use, even which tones to implement to really get you to feel that nostalgic type of emotion. The point I'm trying to make, Mike, is that the person that you're missing never existed. That person is not real. And I already know what you're gonna say now, Mike. You weren't there. You didn't see us. It was magic. It was special. She was the one. We had all these moments. We shared so much. We had the same sense of humor. We liked the same food. We liked the same movies. It didn't work out because this happened and that happened. But in the core, I think she might have been the one. The thing is, you're missing one basic point. It doesn't matter how many things you have in common. It doesn't matter that you both like spaghetti carbonara and that your favorite Saturday night activity is going to low-key, quiet jazz bars, sitting in the back and drinking Bloody Marys. It all starts with one thing. And if that one thing is not there, if that one thing is not fulfilled, she could never have been the one. And that one thing is, you have to fully choose her as your partner. And she has to fully accept you as your partner. And in turn, she has to fully and completely choose you. That's not there. You guys decided to break up. For whatever reason, you decided you could no longer continue being together. And that's all you need to know. That's all you really need to know, Mike. She couldn't have been the one because you didn't choose each other. You did not have that insurmountable feeling on the inside that whatever happens, I don't care whether she cheats or whether we have 2 miscarriages or whether we're not able to have kids, like whatever the case might have been, whether her parents or my parents hate her or hate me. When you have that feeling on the inside, like no matter what, I will always come back to this person, I will always choose this person. If that's not there, everything else is irrelevant and means that that person was not the one. The problem is, us human beings put too many different things under the same mutual bracket of love. We are so quick to take all these different things and throw them all in the box of love. And it just doesn't work that way. Most of the things that you're feeling right now have nothing to do with love. They have to do with a bruised and a hurt ego. The very uncomfortable fact that you have to come to grips with the notion that you made a poor decision. You didn't make the right call. Those 7 years spent with her were probably 2 years too many. You should have gotten out sooner. No one wants to admit it, no one wants to hear it, but it's the truth. And that's what we do. Once we get into a relationship and we get years into it, we start feeling like, man, I've put in so much effort, so much energy, so much talking about everything, so much communicating, so much work, you know. And then you go and talk to your friends about it, and all they say is, you know, a relationship is hard work, a marriage is hard work. So that's constantly reinforced. The notion that you have to work, make it work, you have to work. So you keep on going, you keep on grinding, you keep on pushing, you keep on working. And then you go further and further and further, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. So you're like, we've gotten this far. I mean, I can't stop now. Like, if I stop now, that basically means that for the past 2 years, I've been working for nothing. It's all been a mistake. People don't want to admit that to themselves. No, most people would rather go the totally opposite way and make a baby. They're like, you know what? It's been really hard work for 5 years, but if we make a human, we're going to get closer to each other because we're going to share this bond by this being that has her eyes and my mouth. That's why you see so many couples breaking up like a year and a half after they have a kid or a second kid. How crazy is that? Tell me you don't know a few people that went exactly through that, what I just said. So the fact of the matter is, Mike, you made a mistake, you didn't pick the right person, she wasn't the one, and now you're replaying this nostalgic movie and you find it impossible to move on. But you have to, because the alternative is not an option. The alternative is that you spend the rest of your life being in love with a ghost. Being in love with a person that never really existed. People change all the time. People evolve or devolve. What I'm trying to say is, your ex isn't even the same person she was last month. So it's ludicrous to think that she's still the person she was during your relationship. Find solace in that. Find liberation in that. Time is your most valuable equity. Who cares that you made a mistake and you spent 7 years with someone that didn't end up being the one? So what? It doesn't matter, Mike. You still got plenty of time down the road. You told me you're 31 years old. Man, 30 is the new 20, 30 is the new 30, and 50 is the new 40. People's life expectancy is gonna go up, up, up. You're basically just entering your 20s, man. This is nothing. You didn't lose anything. It's time to move on. It's time to take control of your life, take control of your happiness, and stop feeling bad for you. The universe doesn't care about your problems. The cavalry isn't coming. There is no help on the way, and most people don't give a damn about your issues. The only reason I'm helping you is because I'm gonna get a good YouTube video out of this that's gonna get a lot of likes and potentially go viral. There you have it. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm your best friend or like I'm your guru or something crazy like that. But I am gonna tell you what you need to hear. There's a reason old people always talk about how life used to be so much better back in the day. Spoiler alert, it's not true. Life has never been better than right now. Even in this corona crisis, it's still pretty effing good. And way better than 20 years ago. The same goes for your relationships. It wasn't better with her. Your mind has pushed back all of those 950 little reasons as to why it didn't work. That's how the human brain works. That's how I'm able to still be happy and positive even though I spent months in the hospital going through living hell. If I still had a clear notion of what happened to me in that hospital, all the way from them sawing off my jaw to me going through complications, to me spending 3-4 months in there, not being able to speak, not being able to breathe by myself, not being able to feed myself, not being able to wash myself. If I still woke up every single day with those memories in the back of my mind, I would never be able to sit here right now being happy, worrying about what exercises I'm gonna do after this video, worrying about what I'm gonna eat later. I would spend my whole life in shock, in trauma, reminiscing on the pain that I endured. Thank God I don't. Now let's move on to the second part of the email, where you keep talking about you wanna meet her so you can talk about it and maybe find some type of resolution. You wanna sit down with her and you are hoping that she can tell you these things that will give you some type of catharsis, some type of closure. But there's nothing that she can say, there's nothing that she can give you or bring to you that will make it better. She's actually doing the right thing by keeping her distance and by not using a very tragic and emotional event like the passing of your stepmom to get closer to you again. Relationships don't work that way. If she would have gotten closer to you again because you needed someone to talk to, for sure you would have ended up in a romantic context again. But it would not have come from a place of self-improvement. It would have been the easy way out. Someone that's close to you has passed, so I'm gonna run back to that comfort zone I've had for 7 years straight. It's plug and play. You both already know the roles you had, so it's easy. But you would be back to square one. And maybe you would rejoice for a minute and find short-term happiness again. In actuality, it would be nothing more but distraction from your pain, from your grieving of your stepmom passing. And 6 months down the line, you would most likely find yourself in the same situation. It happens so often that people break up and then they get angry because the other person doesn't want to talk about it. But that's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to give each other space because there's nothing left to talk about. Sometimes too much communication can be just as bad as too little communication. There literally is no point in sitting down with your ex-partner and going over all of the reasons why it went bad, because there's too much ego involved, there's too many memories involved, and it's impossible for both of you to be rational when you're discussing these things. There's always going to be this passive-aggressive element, this subconscious competition as to which party had more guilt in the end result of you splitting up. Divorce is never a decision taken lightly, Mike. So I know for a fact that you went over this so many times before you actually cut the cord. But I'm here to tell you one thing today, Mike. You made the right call. You made the right call. I don't even have to know her to know that. I don't even have to know you to know that. The fact that you made that call, that there was a feeling inside of you severe enough to make that decision, tells me that she wasn't the right one for you. And neither were you for her. When it comes to relationships or marriages ending, there is not always a greater lesson to be learned. There is no catharsis. There is no enlightenment at the end of the tunnel of making yourself suffer. You'll never have that day. You'll never have that aha moment. The way it works is, one day, you'll find yourself driving your car and all of a sudden, you'll realize, damn, I haven't thought about my ex-wife in 3 days. I can't remember the last time I didn't think about her for that long. And then you'll think about her again for the next 3 days, right? But then next time, you'll find yourself sitting in your car and you'll go, hold on, I haven't thought about my ex-wife in a week. And every single time, these periods of time will become longer and longer and longer. Until one day, you'll realize you haven't thought about her for almost half a year. So stop looking for an absolute solution. Stop looking for an absolute moment of clarity. It's not coming. Move on with your life, Mike. You'll be just fine. And just know that you made the right call. Alright guys, that's it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Comment below. What do you think? Debate me. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I talking smack? What are your experiences? I want to know, man. I'm in quarantine in these corona times. I got nothing but time to engage and talk to you guys. So here I am. Let me know. Let's get this dialogue going. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back with more content soon. It's your boy Wounded Viking. Checking out. Yeah, that's the double Viking salute. That's something I just came up with. Like, I don't know if you like it or not, but I mean, you know,